All right. Good morning, everybody. We are live here today. BFET keeps saying it, ash holes, which is concerning. I kind of like it at the same time. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here with me today. Hopefully you've got a nice cup of coffee like I do in a green vessel. Let me know if things are looking good, sounding good. We got a bunch of stuff to look at today. And I also want to thank there's a lot of people to thank. People have ordered a lot of stuff over the weekend. We launched some new key fobs, which was a surprise. I was trying to get those out last week. Wasn't able to get it done in time. I put them up yesterday, and it seems like people really like the new key fob loop, and we made some special cordovan pieces out of that. I'll give you a peek of that here today. Also, later today, I'm going to record like a nicer quality video so you can really get a look at some of the special leathers in there. There's some like really crazy layered effects, like for example, Western marbled black shell cordovan is a lot of words. Sounds crisp. Love it. All right, yeah, we got a lot to do today. I'm going to get it rolling here. So when I flip over the camera here, I won't be able to see the chat, but if you have any questions, I'll spend a couple minutes after we look at some of the stuff that's shipping out today, and we can chat, hang out, answer your questions. It's my favorite part of the day. Everything we're about to look at it's not everything that's been ordered over the weekend here. It's a little bit abbreviated, but most of the things are 90% completed. So you'll notice that some of the edges aren't finished, and some of the grains aren't polished, and some of the shell isn't polished. So that's my disclaimer. But I try to show you your stuff before you get it. So let's flip it over the camera, bring over the microphone, and look at some of these things. There's some really incredible stuff. Even some private stock that I was surprised has been sitting around for a week or so. Some of that's going out today too. All right, we're migrating. I can't see the chat anymore. Sorry, guys. We'll get to it in a minute, though. Oh. Okay, my cord. You should see me. I'm like tethered across the room here with cords and cables. It's gross. Okay, let's see if I can reach across the table here to show you some stuff. Oh my God, there's some really great stuff. I wanted to start off here with this. This is a keychain belt clip, color number 8, Chrome Excel, and somebody picked up this one along with a matching belt, which I'm surprised people don't do more frequently because they certainly pair together very nicely. This has a little button snap that can come apart like that and then clips over your belt. And then the key ring there, you can clip it to this end or leave it around the loop just like that. Whoa. Got a couple other belts. There's one. I didn't pull all the belts today, so sorry if you don't see yours here, but this is a 36-inch English tan Dublin belt going out today. And I actually wanted to show you on that color 8 belt. This is how they look when they're completed. So this one gets a nice little stamp on the back, but we also have these teardrop-shaped holes, which is a little bit more unique than a circular hole. I mean, they function the same way. It's just like a subtle way to make it a little bit different. We also have brown Chrome Excel, which is a very popular belt color. A lot of footwear is made in the brown Chrome Excel, which is why I think a lot of people are choosing this color to match to their footwear. It's much more brown when compared to the color 8, which is definitely a little bit more like cherry for the undertones. Let's get into some wallets here. Maybe we'll start with the Tanner's Blend. This is our conditioner that we make. It's proprietary to us. It's a perfect conditioner for restoring and breathing the life back into old, sort of chapped looking leather. But I actually like to use this after I wash my boots with a little bit of soap. This will re-nourish all the fibers in the leather in the same way that conditioner will nourish your hair after you use a little bit of soap in there, some shampoo. All right, we got a brown cypress Frank the Enforcer here going out. This is a brand new leather and color from Horween, in addition to the royal blue cypress here. It's a really nice flat appearance, but it also has a great veg tan character to it. Very resilient when compared to most veg tan, which most veg tan will dent and scuff and scratch. This brown cypress is actually a little bit more resilient because it's combination tan. It's got a chrome tannage with a vegetable retannage, and then they finish it over with a hard wax layer on the surface, which is great. You can basically just melt the scratches away. It's really cool. We also have English tan Dublin here. You can see the edges have not been fully completed on this one just yet. We need to do a little bit of beveling and then waxing, burnishing, polishing up this guy. But the Dublin leather from Horween also has that same wax finish, so you can sort of melt or even just take a hairdryer and you'll see the scratches sort of fade away. We got a Capone money clip, also in English tan Dublin, going out today. Here's one of the private stocks that I was alluding to. This is, I believe this is blue shell cordovan on top of reverse blue shell cordovan with this magenta stitching. We have a black spring bar money clip on this guy, and on the interior, more reverse blue with the blue. So surprised that that one didn't sell it right away because I think it's really striking. We also have a nice black shell cordovan Capone money clip going out today. Sirens going on outside. Maybe you can't hear it. We're in the city of Chicago here. What I love about what we're doing on these daily videos is normally I used to not show something like this, and it's a shame because it's so beautiful. What we've been doing recently with the black and color 8 shell cordovan items is adding an additional hand stained edge. So we stain the edges of the black and color 8 shell pieces with the same exact stains that Horween uses on the shell. So you get a perfectly matched color, and then we take a little bit of wax and then a lot of hand time burnishing the edges, which this one still needs to get a little bit of extra burnishing, but it gives it a very, very, very clean look when you have those matching hand stained edges on both the black and color 8. And I think there's some color 8 to show you too. Here's the brand new cypress, brown cypress on our Bugs Moran. We also have another Bugs Moran here in the color 8. So this would be a good chance to show you what I'm talking about. Same exact stain coats that are used on the shell here. We apply them to the edges and it gives it a great, great look, especially after we bevel them down, make everything flat and smooth. Add that little bit of stain, add a little bit of wax, and then burnish the snot out of it. Makes it look very, very clean. And I love that the color matches perfectly. Here's another irregular private stock that I was surprised took a while to sell, although it is pretty scratched up, which is why it's irregular. You see some scratches on the outside of the shell here, and on the interior, this is why I thought it was special. You can see my irregular note here. But this is reverse cigar shell cordovan on top of cigar, and then we have the Horween measuring machine stamp on the left side here, which makes it very unique. We also have another private stock. I think we made a few of these. This is ultraviolet shell cordovan on the Johnny the Fox, and this has a great combination on the interior with that brand new blue cypress and then ultraviolet shell cordovan on the bottom two card holders. And you can see we've done a clear coat on the edge, just waxing the edges so you can see some of that sandwiched look, which I think is really special. I guess let's keep it going with foxes. Black and teal. This is one of our best-selling items for years and years now. I think we've done this for maybe 10 years. It's crazy. Black Dublin on the outside, it's the most interesting black leather around. You can see all this natural character in the leather. You don't see this a lot on most black leathers. It's a little bit of a challenge though because we can't prescribe this. We can't make it exactly the same way twice, which is what makes it a little bit more special. And then we pair this one with a horsehide on the interior, and this is a teal color. So black and teal go very nicely together. Here's a 100% color 8 shell cordovan Johnny the Fox. These are tough to get for the interior. It's tough to get the naturally thin pieces of shell that comprise this wallet style. A lot of layers of leather, so we have to be a little bit more patient and sort out for the thin pieces of shell for all those interior pieces. Here's a Tony the Ant in natural shell cordovan. Natural shell's just about as good as it gets for patina. I suggest that to most people. They want something that's going to change over time. Here's an English tan Dublin Tony the Ant. I think we just restocked these, so it's very nice to see. You can see in the edges we've done some of the work on here and added a little bit of color. So unlike the Frank the Enforcer we looked at earlier, this one has the edge that has not been completed. You can see the color difference that we've done to it. We've added a little bit of color to the edge that really refines it, gives it a very nice clean look. So Tony the Ant and English tan Dublin are back. We've got a Fat Herbie, my favorite wallet style. If you wear a wallet in a back pocket, this is the wallet style I suggest. It's got a bill slot in the back. The card holders on the inside are not stacked. So when you load this one up, I have like, I don't know, 20 cards in my wallet. It just lays flatter because you're not stacking all 20 of those cards right on top of each other. You're spreading it out over more surface area. So it's great. And then on the brand new brown cypress, which we got to make some more of these. I think those in the blue are mostly sold out. We've got a Passport Field Notes holder here in black shell cordovan. This is our largest wallet style. It's a huge piece of shell for the outside. And it's really nice to see just a large context of leather. In the interior, there are 2 flaps. So we got a large flap here that will fit a passport or field notes, and then a large flap here that will also fit another passport or field notes, 2 little card holders, and then this small pen slot. You have to have a pretty small pen to fit it in there, unfortunately. Here is the Royal Blue Cypress Fat Herbie. I've been wearing one of these. You can see how it wears in. It gets much brighter and shinier. It's got like a really nice luster, and I haven't done anything to polish this. I've just worn it and loved it. It's wearing in great. I think we have a couple of these left, but we need to restock just about everything. We've actually added some more people to the workshop here, which is amazing to see some new faces. People are really excited to be here, and they're doing great work. So we need to restock just about everything to keep up, and we're trying to juggle our normal stock, which is most of what we're looking at today, with adding in new things like the new key fobs and some of the private stocks. We also have this passport holder here in English tan Dublin, some incredible figuring on this leather. Here's a fun one. I think this is the last, maybe the last ever stocked Gus card case. I really like this style. It turned out to be really difficult to make because we need thinner leather for all the interior layers. So we've sort of moved away from this guy in favor of making the Johnny the Foxes with some of those thinner pieces. But I actually really enjoyed this style. There's no like button snap or band around the front, which is by design because this leather is veg tanned. And as you wear it, this flap will fold over and conform to everything inside. I just found it to be really easy to use. And I like the idea of this like sectioned interior. This is a fun wallet. It's just not particularly feasible at the moment. So this one's all reverse amaretto. So you can see some of the amaretto shell cordovan on the inside and a great Horween ink stamp on the exterior. Let's keep it rolling. Another brown cypress. This time it's on the Capone money clip. We actually use an antique brass spring bar money clip for the brown cypress right now. Usually we use the silver color hardware. Here's another brown cypress Johnny the Fox, most popular wallet style. It's super, super clean. It's like a really classic look with the matching exterior and interior and that classic brown shade. Speaking of classic, color number 8 shell cordovan. This is sort of like what most people imagine the color cordovan to be. It's a dark brown burgundy sort of oxblood shade. And this is on our Tony the Ant style. You can see we've got those hand stained edges. Oh, I'm getting a phone call from Skip. Gotta turn you off, Skip. Here's the interior with more color 8 shell cordovan. I got to call Skip back. Skip Horween. He used to be my boss, but he's still kind of my boss, the leather boss. All right, English tan Dublin, Johnny the Fox here. Also an amazing wallet. This is our most popular style of English tan Dublin on the interior with those nice colored edges. We don't do the same hand staining process, but it does match very, very nicely. Another English tan Dublin piece here, vertical card slot Bugs Moran, which is also very, very popular. People seem to prefer this, and I'm not going to trash anybody for their opinions, and I'm happy that they're supporting us. I actually would like the, I'm looking for one like this, the traditional card slot Bugs Moran. I find this to be a little bit easier to get cards in and out of than the vertical, but this one has more slots. So I guess if you're not loading up too many cards stacked on top of each other inside of one slot, this might be the move. It's a really great form factor, the vertical Bugs Moran. So we got the vertical option as well as the traditional option. Here's my favorite wallet again, Fat Herbie and Natural Shell. These wear an amazing. If you want to see what this looks like after 1,000 days of wear, you can look at the homepage of our website, ashlandleather.com, and see what a before and after looks like. It's beautiful. It gets darker and more golden brown. Here's another Dublin wallet, black Dublin this time. We've got black horsehide on the interior, blacked out, very beautiful. That's all the stuff. Let's flip it back over, answer some of your questions. Oh, I forgot to show you key fobs. I'm going to show you a couple of my favorites. This is the raw denim shell cordovan key fob loop, brand new style here. I think it's the first appearance. I did tease a Chromexcel one on a live stream a week ago, but these are great. We do a nice hand stained edge. It's basically 2 pieces of leather. Then we wrap around this part with the antique brass split key ring, and then matching antique brass rivets. So something like this with the raw denim with the Western, that's awesome looking. So we've got that. And a couple more I wanted to show you. We also have this other key fob. I think this is the first time we're showing this on a video. This is our new key fob. And this leather here is actually really special. This is the Tumbled verdigris horse butt. So it's the section that is not that dense shell layer, but it does have the same characteristics as the cordovan, other than being like very flat and smooth. The horse butt strips, which are just above the shell. Am I getting the right focus here? This is not focusing. The horse butt strips will delaminate and develop a little bit of a pebble pattern, but on this Tumbled verdigris, it looks really special. So this is also two pieces of leather. We have this piece that wraps all the way around, then we rivet it closed. Very, very simple design. We're doing this with heavier pieces of leather, like the stuff we do on the belts. And we made a couple private stock of them. Here's the other tumbled piece. Holy moly, I just got a YouTube alert that I'm live. Thanks, YouTube. It's been 18 minutes. All right, here's another one of the key fob loops. This time it's in the marbled shell cordovan with a Western texture pressed on top. I actually really liked, I wore something like this key fob loop a long time ago that was great. I put a carabiner in the loop and then hung my keys off the other side. I just liked, I know I look like a janitor or whatever, but I just don't want to carry my keys in my pocket. I want to be able to grab them really fast. So I thought it was great for that. And then we've made a few here with some special leather. So there's that guy here, and we made several others. I think most of them are sold out right now. Here's the key fob loop in the tumbled horse butt in that green, sort of pale green verdigris color. Really, really beautiful. All right, I'm going to flip it back around. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. Holy moly. Loops are sold out by the time you saw it. Holy crap. Sorry, Dia. We could make them. You know, it turned out it was actually a lot more work to make those fobs than we thought. So we actually abbreviated what we were going to sell just because it's not... It's a tough one because we like to make new and fun stuff, but we only have so many hands and so many people and so much time. So we instead made what I consider to be sort of like a moral choice of like, well, people come to us looking for wallets. So instead of spending all week making these key fobs, let's split it up and do half as much and get people, like people that have done made to order stuff, get that product made and shipped to you instead of making you wait. All right, we got a bunch of people in chat. I'll answer your questions in a sec. But before I do that, I want to try to thank people that have purchased something over the weekend here. It's a long list, so bear with me here. But thanks so much, Chase, Carl, John, Margaret, you, Robert, Bennett, Miles, Jeff, Joshua, Matthew, Mike, Scott, Nicolaus, Don, Shanquan, Ryan, Jeffrey, Sheridan, Chase, Jeff, Robert, Leonard, Douglas, Josue, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Sarah, Stephen, John, Paul, Linda, Dan, Thomas, Richard, Robert, Peter, Jason, Cleveland, Ryan, Nolan, Leo, Scott, Wes, Daniel, Ben, Tucker, Jonathan, Peter, Michael, Robert, Lydia. And by the way, while my next page is loading here, there's a new podcast episode up today. Check out Full Grain Podcast. Today's episode is with Matt Foster, who's an incredible, I love Matt Foster from Maverick Leather. So check out Full Grain Podcast. The video for that will be coming out tonight on the Full Grain channel. All right. Eric and Greg, Richard, Charles, Hunter, Robert, Steve, Craig, Anna Rudin, John, Marvin, Eric, Saif, Robert, Jacob, David, Braden, Robert, Don, Jonathan, Yoshikatsu, Ryan, Lachalan, Christopher, Kevin, Sean, Peter, Grant, Margaret, Josh, Jacob, Rachel, William, Frank, Corey, Joseph, Silas, Masaki, Nathaniel, Jeff, Ray, Clark, Rocco, Jonathan, Mitchell, Brent, Jason, Stephen, Todd, Teresa. So many incredible people. Thank you guys. Andrew, Jeff, Tim, Tammy, Paul, Brad, Randall, David, Denzel, James, Vincent, Jacob, Noah, Daniel, Blaze, Brian, Lawrence, Scott, and Jason P. Big long list, and it's really it's like emotional almost for me to to read through that many names of people that share this love of leather and want to support us. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully you saw, I didn't pull them all today, but hopefully you got to see a preview of what your stuff looks like before you get it here. All right, let's see what you guys are chatting about. My favorite part of the day. Crispy's here. Uncle Jimmy, hello. Good morning to Mark, Chase, Rise and Shine, SKG. Hope everyone's Monday morning's going well. Jared's here. Manny, hi Manny. B-Fed is always calling us ash holes. Morning, Serger. Thanks for the feedback, Jeff D, on the sound. All right. Can you show us the new key fob side by side with the previous ones? Yeah. All right, here's my this is the old key fob here that is stitched around. I've actually been carrying this one for 12 years. And the new one is similar. Let me get close for you. So they're very similar. It's a little simpler, which is, I actually like the look more. I like that the hardware matches. And then I like that we're using these thick belt weight pieces. And then, in addition to this new guy, we also have the loop. So here's one of the ones that we didn't release in Chrome Excel. It's a little longer. The camera's inverted and confused the hell out of me. So yeah, they're a little different sized. The loop is a little longer, obviously. But they're both nice. They're just different. We were actually not sure if we wanted to release the loop because we thought people wouldn't like it, but it seems like more people like the loop than the simple one. So we're trying to just test stuff and then give you whatever you want. So thanks for that question, Kevin. I'm also, after we get off the camera here, I'm going to make like a nicer quality video of the new key fobs and show off some of those leathers. So look forward to that later today. Just a little bit more in-depth view of the new stuff. Because on the live streams here, I don't have, I'm just using like phones that are like 720p quality, I believe. And then I do like 4K videos with the other fancy camera. All right. Oh, St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, we shouldn't do anything for St. Patrick's Day. We should have. Matt Zimmerman says, received your custom Capone Fox last week, and boy, it's a new favorite from the collection. Oh, good work. Yeah, thank you, Matt. I'm glad you appreciate it. That's another product we have to release and make. Good morning, Dia. Good morning, Jesse. Doug Castellan's here. I'm working on your wallet, Doug. You got a really special piece coming. Fresh haircut and a beard trim. Yeah, that's right. I was sick. I was supposed to have my hair cut when I was sick, but I canceled on them. Like, hey, I don't want to get you guys sick. So it was like a little extra. So yeah, if you go back and look at a video from a week ago, I think my beard was like 4 times as long. And I had like even more mullety everything going on. So I'm looking fresh. Dia says we'll be getting some brown rough out Chrome Excel nicks. Should be 3 to 4 more months. Wow, that's a big wait. But rough out Chrome Excel is awesome. Is it the wax flesh, Dia? Because the wax flesh Chrome Excel is special. I like it. And the reason I say wax flesh is because you said it's brown rough out. Usually the rough out stuff's like always natural. It'd be interesting to see what that looks like. Brandon says, you guys should do more private stock Capone. Been waiting for a special one. We'd love to do more. Hey, Brandon, keep waiting. But if if you're in a rush for something and you know a general idea of what you want, you can always message us and say, I want a Capone. I like earth tones and 2-tone combinations. We can work with you and make you something special, or you can continue to wait, which is totally fine too. We will make more private stock Capones. Doug Castellan wants some more custom wallets. Yeah, we can do that, buddy. I'll work with you on it. Vermont Life 802. Love your private stock Johnny the Fox Amarota hands. Oh, I remember that wallet. That was a really, really special one, Vermont. Really special. We don't do that. Fox is so difficult, and I don't want to whine. The result is beautiful, but it's really challenging to make those wallets in cordovan and hand stitch. It's a lot extra. So I'm glad that it's appreciated. Really glad to hear that. Dia says, love your brown cypress Capone. Amazing. Yeah, we got brown cypress going out the door today, a lot more than normal. I think we were sold out and we're trying to restock those. Christian, enjoying your Frank the Enforcer, but thinking of Fat Herbie before you use a top cider from OpenSea, like the size and thickness of them, how would the Herbie compare? Would it be a mistake to go up much in size? That's a lot of personal taste. I think the top, if I recall that OpenSea wallet has like a flap and then like a band over it, which is much different than what we do. I find the functionality of the Herbie to be unmatched, but only for people that like a back pocket wallet. I like a back pocket wallet. My dad wears it in his front pocket. A lot of people wear a Herbie in the front pocket. This is just easy to use. I got cash in the back. It's super easy to open up, pull out your cash. These cards are also really easy to get in and out of. I won't show you my credit card numbers. And then it just lays flat and it's easy to get at. I don't know. I just find it to be terribly easy. Where like a flap closure with a band kind of has annoyed me in the past. Same with snaps. And then I say that and we do all those things. But the Herbie is, if you want to get a good size, if you want to get a good size comparison, pull out a Passport. And on the last stream, somebody was asking to see this. This is our yet to be released Passport holder that is more like a Herbie. So we've got the bill slot in the back. We actually extended the size of this a little bit to more appropriately fit a Passport inside. So if you look at the dimensions here, it's just like a 1/4 inch taller. But what that allows you to do is to fit this Passport in perfectly onto the side here. So you can just slide it right out, and there's this big, large open pocket on that side. So this will be coming soon. Somebody asked to see that the other day. We did have somebody buy one of these in cordovan that was complaining that it didn't close all the way with the Passport inside. Now, if you're watching, whoever that person is, you can see that it does do that. You will need to break in that cordovan a bit, just like any of the leathers that we do. There's a bit of a body to it, which is what you want. You want this to happen. You don't want it to be raggy soft. You want it to have like a little bit of stand. So that cordovan Passport wallet you got, give it a minute, use it, and it will conform around all your stuff, and it will be even better than you could have imagined, just because it's like molding to what you're using. It's like full custom. I got off track, but yeah, Christian, that's a tough one. I want to help you, but I don't know what your personal taste is. You ordered one of the private stock fobs, a reverse violet. Oh dear. I think you may have meant inverted violet, which I will explain the inverted shell on the video that I'll record after this, but the inverted stuff is very different and it's tough for me to explain, so I'll do my best to explain that later. You almost got the verdigris one. Those are cool too. Seeger says vertical bugs Moran is out for delivery. Oh, it's a good day. Oh, and you ordered a Passport wallet and whiskey shell. Nice. Dude, thank you so much. The loops were sold out by the time you saw the notification, 30 minutes. Isn't that nuts, Dia? I mean, we just can't. It's like a great problem to have. I want to share this leather with as many people as possible and keep the quality high. So we've been adding people to our team here, but I do get concerned about becoming too big and becoming uncool. Like, it also has to be special. So I don't want it to be like, I talk out both sides of my mouth. I want like everybody to experience this stuff. But you also need to be able to make enough of it. And if you make too much, like, then not everybody's experiencing it. I don't know. Just, this is the growing pains that we're in at the moment with Ashland. Because people get upset when things sell out, and I don't like that. I don't like making people upset. Question from SKG: the last private stock lot featured a number of gold foil hot stamps. Is it possible to have personalizations done in gold foil? We can't do personalizations in the gold foil right now, SKG. We do all those on a laser that do not, press any foil at all. Kevin Tucker says, Phil, can we see all 3 key accessories, original fob, new style fob? Oh, I think I just did that. But I'll do that later too in the video coming later today. Brad Reynolds. He says he used a topsider from 2020, 2021. Now he uses a Herbie basically daily. The pocket, it meets my needs, and it's super thin for back pocket use. I totally agree, Brad. Thanks for helping Christian there. Matt Zimmerman says, has the Ashland team ever considered diving into the phone case game? Yes, we have. He says, I'm sure it's a difficult process, but can't stop thinking about wrapping my phone in Ashland goodness. So we have explored that. And what I have struggled with is every phone case that you see that works nicely, and there's one exception that I can think of from Saddleback, but all of them have this like plastic shell that you essentially glue leather onto. And what my perception is that fixation of the adhesives to all of the leathers that we use, attaching that to plastic just won't last. So I've been shy about that. Like all the leathers we use are so heavily oiled and waxed that it's like, imagine trying to glue together 2 pieces of wax, or like glue together like oil to another piece of oil. Like it just doesn't make sense. Nothing sticks to it. So we've shied away from that. Saddleback does like a incredible looking, like I actually don't like the look of the finished product, but like the way that they make it is incredible. They do like a hand stitched, wet molded, veg tan phone case. Is it like incredible that they did it? It's like a lot of work, but I don't like the finished product of that either. My business partner, Dan, has been fixated on a phone case for a long time. I don't think we've made some, but we've never really loved it. That's not to say we won't do them, but right now it doesn't seem to be something I can consider just because I want to sell something that lasts, and that seems to go against our philosophy. John Hensley's here. Good morning to you, sir. Got my son Brandon hooked. He's going to order a valet tray and a belt to go with the wallet I gave him. That's amazing. It's a family affair. Oh, Wes, you got to keep up. Thanks so much. Hi, Isaiah. Good morning. Mark, hello from the Philippines. So amazing that you're here. You hope to pick up a Tony the Ant one day and visit Ashland. You're welcome to come by anytime you like. We're here in Chicago. It's a big trip for you. Ben D says some private stock Chicago comb and sheaths similar to these fobs would be fun. Yeah, that's a good idea, Ben. We should do that. We don't do enough with the Chicago comb stuff. We should do that. Didn't go with wax flesh. Wanted a fuzzy suede like texture of the rough out. Wasn't sure how much the wax flesh would mess with it. Ordered them in December. I'm surprised that they have like a brown rough out, but that's really cool. I'm excited for you to get those, Dia. You ordered 6 coasters and was happy with them. Oh, awesome, Alex. I think I saw your post. Yeah, you got a nice mix. I think you had 2 Dublin pieces, but like one of them was very different than the other English tan piece, which is, that's the leather for you. You went from Johnny to Herbie, front pocket to for both. No regrets. Amazing, Ben. Oh, PRP2's here. You had the tumbled verdigris horse strip key fob in your cart, but hesitated too long. It's got swiped. That is something that has been confusing for people with the private stock stuff. Is just because it's in your cart doesn't mean that it is yours yet. I think our system doesn't allocate it to you until you check it out. So just a heads up for people that are trying to fight for some of the private stock. That's the tip, is like get your information in there beforehand so you can quickly check out. And you should be able to do it in a couple seconds. But yeah, if you're in the cart and like have to type in your address and stuff, that's not going to work. Somebody might grab it before you. Oh, you want to hit us up for a magnetic closure on a vault? Yeah, hit us up. We might be able to do that. Oh, you got a deerskin passport holder. So I'm going to skim the comments because I got to bail here. Bendy says this is how he describes himself to his girlfriend. You want this to happen, there's going to be a bit of body to it. That's, yeah. That's I'm going to take that line from my wife. All right, guys. I got to go. There's so many great people chatting here. Thanks for checking out the live chat today. I really appreciate you guys being here. My goal is to do this every day, and I will only not do it if I can't. So sorry I can't commit to like telling you I'll be here tomorrow, and the day after. I will if I can be here. And it's always around this time, so like 10 o'clock Central Time, usually. If you want to check out the new podcast episode, I put it out today. Check out Full Grain Podcast. I thought the conversation with Matt Foster was really, really good. And there's a little bit of sad news there. That's the last episode I have currently recorded. We don't have any current additional episodes ready or planned because I was sick. Nick is sick. He got something else. I didn't get him sick. So we just haven't been able to get together. But we do plan to record some more stuff soon. We just haven't lined it up. But thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, stick around. We got more. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm bad. I spoil everything. But we got more special stuff coming this week in leathers that you haven't seen much of. So I'm excited for that too. We'll see you later, guys. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, okay?